All right, today's notes are on how to add and subtract square roots, right? How to add and subtract square roots, or radicals, we can call them. Go ahead and pause the video and copy down the first two steps. All right, now that you've copied down the first two steps, we're going to do the first two examples, which are very, very simplified. All right, the first example, we have 5 square root of 5 and 4 square root of 5. Well, in the definition, we talked about how you can only add radicals when they have matching radicands. In other words, see how I have a 5 and a 5 in there? That means I am allowed to add these two. And the way that we're going to do this is we're just going to add up the outsides. So the answer to this would be 5 plus 4 is 9 square root of 5. Okay? And that's my answer. Again, like yesterday, remember that we can always check this, right? We can do 5 square root of 5, and we can do plus, click over, there we go, plus 4 square root of 5. I'm having difficulties, I'm sorry. And let's see what we get. We get this crazy decimal, right? And when we combine them, we got 9 square root of 5. And those match, right? So we know that we did our math correctly, okay? One more kind of clarification here. I'm going to say this problem in a really strange way, but it might help some of y'all, okay? So I'm going to say I have 5 square roots of 2, right? I had 5 square roots of 5, sorry. And then I add 4 square roots of 5. So how many square roots of 5 do I have? I have 9 square roots of 5. Okay, so it's kind of like combining like terms. When you're adding and subtracting here, you gotta have the same number on the inside. All right, problem number 2 should be really quick. It's the same type of thing, only now we see that we've got subtraction. All right, so on our paper, we've got 4 square root of 2 minus square root of 2. There's no number in front of here, we can pretend like the coefficient for that radical, that square root, is 1. Since I have matching radicands, right, matching numbers inside, I can just add up the outsides. 4 minus 1 is 3, and I have 3 square roots of 2. Okay, that's it. That's the basic idea here, guys. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at the next two examples. We don't have anything we can simplify. Do you remember how the first step was to simplify if possible, right? The first two problems, there was nothing we could simplify because the numbers inside were prime. Same thing here. I'm going to look at example number 3. None of these can have factor trees because they're all prime numbers. So that means that we can go ahead and start just looking for those matching radicands. Okay, I've got a 2 here and a 2 here. That means that I can combine 7 square root of 2 with 6 square root of 2, and I can get 13 square root of 2. Now, I cannot combine them with the other groups there. Right, this over here I've got negative 5 square root of 3 minus 2 square roots of 3. And again, did we notice that the numbers inside of there are matching? They're not the same as 2, right? They're 3. So they go together. So I'm going to get minus 7, right? Because negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7 square roots of 3. And this is my final answer. I cannot combine further than this. And I would strongly encourage you guys to check your answer over here in your calculator. All right, problem number 4. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause the video, and I want you to answer question number 4 and choose the correct answer over there on the side. Okay, problem number 5. Now this time, there's nothing we can do, or so it seems, right? So what we have to kind of accept is that if there's nothing we can do, before we move on, let's check if we can simplify. And in this case, we definitely can. So we're going to apply our knowledge of simplifying these square roots. We're going to make our factor trees. I'm going to use 4 times 3 for 12. I'm going to use 2 times 2 for 4. Okay. Now remember, the 3 was already outside. So I had 3 over here. And now on the inside, I've got 2 times 2 times 3. Take out a pair of 2s. You've got to have a date to leave the house, remember? And I've got 6 outside, square root of 3. Okay, that's still not matching 75, right? And that's because we have to also simplify over here. So I'm going to simplify over on the right the number 75. I'm going to do 5. Now how about 25 times 3? And 25 is 5 times 5. Okay, so I've still got plus 5. And now I know that my prime factors inside are 3 times 5 times 5. Got a pair of 5s I can bring out. Okay, so I've got plus 25 square roots of 3. 25 square root of 3. Okay, awesome. Now I do have a 3 and a 3. So now I can go ahead and I can do my addition, right? So 6 plus 25 is 31. So I'm going to have 31 square roots of 3. Okay? All right. Go ahead and do problem number 6 here on your own.